Yeah, sorry about that. I literally had to reset my computer, and then I got to woke, so hold on. Let me do some cleanup. But yeah, I apologize. Doo-doo. Okay, doo-doo. That's really doing. Okay. Okay, so we should be good. We should be good. So, I do apologize once again for resetting stream while wheeling my computer, because again, the sound wasn't coming, but we got sound. So once again, I hope you all have a good Black Friday, and, we did the starting screen, so check out the link in the description below, and self-promote my Power Rangers with you. And with that being said, let's get started. I heard enough. We are alive of the truth about the murder of one of the country's most capable and respected police inspectors. The witness will be tried in the coming days. For a crime of such a violent nature, you can expect the most severe penalty. An exchange of assassins? What a foolish, foolhardy idea. Mr. J. Goku, one last detail. Who was your counterpart in Britain? Who was the mastermind behind the assassin exchange? Nothing you say now can make matters any worse for you. Just tell us. Enough! I've already told you that I can't say. Although, as things stand, you may very well never set foot in your homeland again. What are you waiting for? Can we get this over with now? It's finished. All of it. I'm finished. Then, in the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby pronounce the findings of this code. This man before us had admitted to the willful murder of Tobias Gregson. He asked for fucking foes. Look at that. He just lifted those files up. Shijiro Jigoku, it is the opinion of this code that you should be found. God, it ain't. I thought his trial would be another day. And now we remind all of us present of the strict confidentiality demanded by this code. Moments ago, Mr. Jigoku signed a written confession made to the mother of Inspector Gregson in the subsequential covariance of the body. And show the defendant's innocence has therefore been established beyond doubt. Oh, wonderful. Well done, Mr. Nadaho. Yes, thank you. Is something wrong? I am just a little troubled by his science. The idea of a lethal of a Bailey and an extraordinary assassin exchange do remain the dark of these mysteries. However, in so far as the indictment brought against the defendant in this trial, we have reached a conclusion. I have every intention of pursuing both mysteries. As a prosecutor. As you wish. Now, for the formal adjudication, I hereby declare the defendant The prosecution calls for objection to be deferred. Counsel? The accused innocent hasn't been fully established at all. Therefore, it would be wrong to deliver a verdict at this time. That's the prosecution's unwavering position. What? But Judge Joker has already confessed. Nevertheless, Blanc Van Zieks has committed crimes from which he sure must be punished. Well, it would be a period of information for the code needs to hear prosecutor Sogi. Certainly, the motive of Inspector Tobias was actually carried out by Juro Jingoku. But it's clear from the witness testimony that he was coerced into complying with the plan. Into the sick, merciless assassin exchange. That may be true, but which is why I want to know who coerced Jinjoku, who pulled the strings. Oh, you flipping that on defendant here. The victim went to France having owed a mission for Felipe, only to be mowed. In other words, the mastermind behind the assassination exchange is someone in a position to give such an oath. As well established, Felipe himself. Well, yes, certainly, but appear to fall. The prosecution hereby formally accuses the man of the dog, Blanc Van Zieks, of being the reaper of Bailing, and furthermore, I'm gonna prove his guilt beyond any reasonable doubt. What? Order! The reaper of Bailey is a long-standing mystery counsel. He suggests that he has some new information with which to build a case. Scotland Yard has already investigated on Zieks fully in battle regard, and we found no evidence whatsoever to substantiate the claim that he is the reaper. Perhaps, but circumstances have now changed. What do you mean? So it established the assassination exchange was negotiated with Jojoku by the reaper himself. Which means now we have a new line of question by which to identify definitively the man's identity. What is the prosecution's intention here? I must say I'm surprised, but quite how to accuracy you appear to want to blemish my name. I mean, the man is like a hound, he won't let go of his bone. You're guilty of an unforgivable crime, Van Zieks. And I will bring you to justice, whoever it takes. But explains Cosmo's silence before. He stopped another defense where Lord Van Zieks unwillingly started 10 years ago. Very well. While it's extremely inadequate, I will, on this occasion, grateful prosecution for the opportunity for witness testimony. The defendant would disclose any and all involvement he had to do with Felipe and the assassin exchange. I thank you, my lord, for guiding the code so wisely. I hereby declare this code to be in session for a supplementary hearing. Oh great, we gotta do it again. Pray Tony Blind to disclose the SI, verify this vile and unremitting accusation. It has the side of the contents of my heart chalice. Lord Van Zieks. I had first had to suffer pursue the name of Reaper 10 years ago now. And ever since that time I endured the way of the implied guilt that gone with it. So I welcome the chance to testify and I crutch with allegations once and for all. Good. Then let justice decide on Van Zieks. The prosecution seeks to begin building his case by calling the accused to stand as the primary witness. And that he may answer the accusation brought by the prosecution that he is the reaper of Bailing. And what says the defense. Putting the defendant and the witness stand can be extremely dangerous. The customer is so emotional of him, he's not thinking logically. You're right, he's not himself, but I knew it would be like this. I came here today to determine to face him through whatever my lies as alone and as his friend. Then that's what we must do. The defense has no objections, my lord. Very well. Defendant, you would take the witness stand and give full testimony of the subject of your involvement with the weapon of assassination exchange. As you wish, my lord. I've never taken the life of another, nor I've instructed another to kill. I've been investigating the truth behind the weapon for years. I was aware of Gregson's involvement. That's the reason why I went to Francisco Street that day and came to discover the body. The point is, no common thread exists between myself, Gregson, and Dr. Wilson. Clearly, therefore, there's no reason to suspect me of being behind the assassin exchange. Oh, I see the contradiction. So you deny all accusations by the prosecution, both that you are the weapon of rebellion and that you, the mastermind, did the assassin exchange. I acknowledge that the public at large believe me to be the weapon. However, that's a fallacy, which I alone am in a position to foresaw. Naturally, the prosecution believes the testimony just given by the accused to be untrue. Miss Idaho. Yes? Let me ask you, why are you here? What really brings you to this courtroom? A desire to uncover the truth. Even if the truth you claim to be guilty? From all my experience in this courtroom, I came to realize something. The truth can't be hidden. Sooner or later, it will come out. In ugly ways sometimes, but yes. So always my— oh shoot, I skipped. So it's always my intention to work with my client pursuing the truth. I want you to remember what you just said. Enough, George Child. Counsel for defense, proceed to cross-examine the witness. Yes, my lord. Okay, I know exactly what you're thinking, Counsel. I know you're waiting to point out the contradiction you convinced lies somewhere within this man's testimony. I mean, there is a contradiction.
Objection.
Yeah. What is this? An autopsy report? Wait, this is 10 years old from the autopsy of Lord Clint Van Zeeks. What, my brother's autopsy? I'm pleased to see the defense doesn't intend to run from the undeniable truth. Overcoat! What reason do you have for presenting a 10-year-old autopsy here, Counsel? This autopsy report for Professor's final victim is an undeniable link between Inspector Gregson, Dr. Wilson, and the defendant. Never accused name again, the Professor. I personally researched overcoat records relating to that case. I know at the time autopsy was considered a scavenge to the victim's soul. And for a member of an aristocrat like Lord Clint Van Zeeks, it was unthinkable. But someone employed the powers that be to allow the autopsy to go ahead, Inspector Gregerson. He declared that it was so and he was able to obtain conclusive proof from the procedure. It was Dr. Wilson who conducted the autopsy report. His signature is clearly visible in the document. As promised by Gregerson, the autopsy did indeed produce evidence. Evidence conclusively proved Genshin Isogi was guilty of murders. My brother's dying moments, he mustered all his remaining strength to leave that bad clue behind. Indeed, it was the key to indicting the professor for his crimes and the conclusive evidence that convinced him. And labeled on Zeeks here to avenge his brother's senseless death, the Moravia's victory code? A Moravia's victory, was it? I wonder if that's really true. What? Could be said if it turned out that the key piece of evidence in question was in fact fabricated. If the inspector of Vakono and the prosecutor all colluded together to count an innocent Japanese man as a mass murderer to send him to his death. That's outrageous! And now, 10 years later, for some reason, the secret has been threatened and needs protecting. Which is why the inspector in Vakono had to be silenced, isn't it? By someone in power in Japan and Britain, using the 2 killers recruited for the assassin exchange. Order at once! 10 years ago, my father was convicted in the Zay courtroom as a mass murderer to be sentenced to death. But it was all a shame, and I swore myself that I'd proven. Which is why I had to come to Britain. Whatever the cause. You have to forgive me if I feel compelled to toast this vengeful Napoleon's tenacity for purpose here. I mean, the man is very determined. However, who he fails to quench his emotions in the courtroom has failed alone. Come on, Cosmo. You know this won't watch. You claim that your father was misrepresented in a trial that took place a whole decade ago. You must see without evidence as something more than a wild accusation. As it happens, I have evidence. Oh, shit. What? As Foucault has heard, I crossed the channel to France with Gregerson on the 31st. I went with him on the pretext of being the assassin recruited to kill Shirojin Goku. But my true intentions were to make the inspector tell me the truth. What truth? The truth about the evidence, and he acknowledged what I already deduced, but it was a closed guard secret about what went on the autopsy 10 years ago. What? A secret? I know nothing of any secret. While he waited for my supposed mark in Joku's cabin, I drew my clan's illusion and sword, quilled him up before the inspector's eyes. He quickly understood what my true motivations was. Why, I see. You've had Soki's young lad, aren't you? And what, you gonna cut me down with that thing? Is that it? But very much depends on the answers you give me to my questions. I want to know what really happened 10 years ago. The truth, that's all. Before we get into that, let me make one thing clear. I still believe your father was the professor. There's no doubt in my mind. But unfortunately back then, we didn't have evidence we need to make the crime stick. So, you admitted then, the evidence used in my father's trial was fabricated? It was for the good of the country. Anyways, it's just following orders. Orders? What exactly did you do? Speak. I'm not saying another word. Even if your life depends on it? That's right. Even then. I mean, you gotta admit, Gregson will stick to his guns. So that's where the tip of the sword broke. Oh, Cosmo-san. If the result of Clan Van Zeke's autopsy will fabricate, then the investigating officer Gregson and the lead Colonel Wilson must have known about. And they just have been ordered to prevent the course of justice in the way by one man. The man leading the case for prosecution, Blanc Van Zeke's. In other words, the defendant did have cause to organize this exchange of assassins. Exactly. Well, that's evidence. You don't prove that Gregson said this in a closed room. Exactly, and as we established earlier, it has been the Reaper himself who lands with Jin Goku in Japan to arrange the exchange. So So, it follows the Reaper's true identity. Can only be that of a man who stands accused of his courtroom today. Wong Van Zeeks.
Objection!
Kazuma Asogi. What? Well, you just took a code. Are you absolutely sure of your facts? Did Gregson really fabricate evidence of that trial 10 years ago? I heard with my own ears. He's shameful omission. In that case, I know. The name of a Weeper. What? Lone Van Zeeks. I give no such oaths. I know that for certain. Which narrows the remaining possibilities to one. If Lone Van Zeeks is the one all behind this. Then yes, there's only one other person who could have done something like that. I believe I know who it is too. You? I just had a feeling his name was gonna come up.
Take that!
One pussy could arrange for assassin exchange and manipulate the autopsy results. It's Lord Chief Justice himself. Lord Mel Strongheart. What? Lord Strongheart? Yes, it's true that 10 years ago the defendant handed for prosecution for Professor and Co. But he only took over the case after his brother Lord Clan Van Zeeks has been killed. I can only assume that this is the most inappropriate joke in British Jiu-Jitsu history. Oh, we're not laughing. Well, Lone Van Zeeks. 10 years ago, I was very new to this profession, but I had a burning desire to avenge my brother's death, so I plead for control of the case. The investigation to that point, the supplementation of the load to allow my brother's codes to be examined. All the evidence I was given for autopsy reports, it all came from you. I spent my life since then believing I was in your debt for the way you stood aside and let me handle the trial. But I see now, I was very much mistaken. It was a huge influence, individual foes that caused the Inspector and Bakono to break the law 10 years ago. But the same forces still found Gale on the other side of the world, but Shinshiro Jingoku. Lord Strongheart, everything falls into place when we recognize that you are the Reaper of Bailey. Oops, shoot. There's a YouTube notification. I'll open YouTube and show it started playing. The code allows you response mode. This very much will go down in British judicial history. But I show you, it is no joke. Because some of this is a formal accusation by the defense. It doesn't warrant a response. Formal accusation, don't be absurd. Defense claims are all nonsense. What fancy at best. You're not gonna defend yourself? You claim there was some wrongdoings with Lord Clint Van Zeek's autopsy. That's all utterly untrue.
Objection.
You were about to go with the flow when it was Bronx over there on the chopping block. But I heard from Gregson's own lip he admitted to it. And where's the evidence? Oh, now you care about that. Sorry, my dad's watching football. What? Gorgson's dead now, unless you think of summoning a ghost to withstand. That'd be ridiculous. You mean to say... I forget how the system works in your backwater country. God dang. Well, because of British Empire without evidence, there's no case. I have no intention of entertaining some wild fantasy that can't possibly be substantiated by anyone or anything. Ah! Order of the code. Following the expected Gregson's moment in light of Dr. Wilson's death as well, there's really no one left who could testify the events of 10 years ago, is there? So that's the real purpose of the assassination exchange. The code has no business waking over the cause of the case, but it's clear a decade ago. The accusation brought by prosecution of defense is categorically denied. I feel like there's a bias here. Like, we accuse you of murder, you go, you know what? We're not gonna look into this. Denied. I take this no objections. Cosmo. He's more or less waited his whole life for this moment. If there's really nothing else we can do now, is there no one else, no avenue we could go down and pursue the truth about what happened all those years ago? If only there was someone who... Yeah? Carl. Objection. Yeah, we got one avenue. Dr. Side Star, baby. Actually, there's one person. You can still testify by the autopsy. Don't be ridiculous. Still one left! Who escaped? Who? Tell me. You went to owl mode. Cosmo, please, let's try can. Not yet. I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing it for the truth. Take that! Deny. What? I want to know why. And I want to know why you proposed to cause such a witness with that look of desperation on your face. No words. You... Oh wait, hold on. Duh, no. I made a silly mistake. Take that! Because he was the assistant. Heaven help us. And now Japanese? Expert in forensic science, my love. Professor Yuji Makotoba, 16 years ago, he came to London with Hiroji Goku and Genshin Asogi as a visiting student. And what could his testimony possibly tell us? Professor Makotoba was the primary assistant during the autopsy in question. He was also the person who actually penned the report. Incorrect! The autopsy was carried out by the coroner, Dr. Wilson. The report carried his signature. It was the primary assistant's duty to keep a written record of the coroner's work during the procedure. In actual fact, the coroner mainly read over the report and signed it. In other words, Professor Makotoba witnessed the entire autopsy from start to finish. The defense demands that Professor Makotoba be summoned as a witness as a matter of urgency. Whatever really happened in the autopsy laboratory 10 years ago is something only he can tell us. The defense demands deny. Again, bias. 100% bias. What? But Professor Makotoba is in London this very moment. We could summon him to stand in minutes. No, of course he's not going to agree to it. Strongheart has no intention of summoning anyone who knows. He's too concerned about protecting himself. Sogi, let me refresh your memory, as you seem to have forgotten the prosecution's stance. Only minutes ago, you accused the defendant of being the Reaper and the mastermind of the assassination exchange. I did, yes. So present your evidence for those claims and make your case complete. Again, this is not gonna fly. At this time, I don't have to request evidence, but what's exactly why we need witness testimony. For Professor case is closed. There's no clues in distant past, but will boost your argument today. I'm afraid to say, Prosecutor Sogi, that you appear to be possessed by the spirit of you late homicide follow. And now, as I said earlier, this cause all reach a conclusion with this expected matter at hand. Inspector Gregson was murdered by Japanese Supreme Court Judge Jigoku. As for any hidden circumstances that may exist, they will be investigated in due course by the proper authorities. But we all know what will happen. But I just give a mastermind the whole venue of time to cover up his tracks again. But wish you meet me? Yes! Your punishment for this contemptible behavior will be decided at a later date. As for you, Prosecutor Sogan, you'll be remanded following these proceedings. Willingly, I trust, since he gave you a word. Yeah. This futile game of revenge is over, young Master Sogi. Yeah. Ah! That would be all. I hereby declare. Mr. Sholmes! There's no place for an amateur deduction, Mr. Sholmes. May I remind you that these proceedings are closed to the general public? You will leave the courtroom at once.
Objection!
Mr. Sholmes was administering apprehension of Jigoku before he fled from Yo. This coach should hear what he has to say. Lord Mel Strongheart, it's imperative that you refrain from bringing this trial to an end at this stage. Is it really? Why would that be? You only need to recall your own words from the opening of the trial to answer that question, if I may. We will stop never to uncover the whole truth behind these disturbing findings. Surely it can't be. But the shock of being accused of being the Reaper yourself has erased that from your memory, can it? The whole truth, though, has already been uncovered. No, you said that we would discover the rest later on by the proper authorities. It would seem that we have a great many poor members of the judiciary present here today. I put it to you, my dear fellows, should this trial end at this juncture? After all, why have you been invited to tend? To nod along to the proclamations of your superiors? Order of a coat! It seems to me that we stand before a door that leads to a new era of legal practices. A door that's ajar. Let us emerge from the shadows of a Reaper's decade-long ascensionary. For you and you alone, my dear fellows, have the power to push this door open now. The audience of the gallery have no right to express an opinion on court proceedings. Science! He's right. The judge has absolutely here. If he calls the trial to an end, it must end. But will that really do? I sense the dog things coming behind the scenes. Dog things seen. Okay. What? The charge is gone. Summon for witness. That's right. We need to clear this up before the young Japanese fellow is remain in custody. My lord, you assume those present would uncover the whole truth here today. Vindicate yourself on this alleged accusation. The truth, the whole truth, and never but the truth. But the very foundation of British law. A toast to my dependable colleagues in the gallery. On with the trial. Testify, testify, testify. Well, my lord, you have the words of British justice, I take it. I think you find it would be rather awkward to silence. The court will recess briefly. I have no intention of shrinking from these allegations. Bailiff! Arrange for a subpoena for witness at once. As soon as the gentleman arrives of the courtroom, we shall reconvene. A recess won't be necessary, my lord. Pawn? Makoto was a close friend of mine. He accompanied me here today and swang in the art chamber as we speak. I do believe he's enjoying a little trip down memory lane, in fact. What? Professor Makoto is here in the courtroom? Mr. Sholmes, you didn't know this would happen, did you? My dear fellow, no one is in a better position to answer that question than you, surely. I wasn't asking for the fun of it, you know. Well, I must thank you for your assistance in this matter, Mr. Sholmes. However, you're no further use here. Kindly leave the courtroom at once. But of course, in truth, I found myself rather busy as a result of these developments. Mr. Nadaho? Ah, yes. I trust you have Iris's little lucky charm with you. Absolutely. Still in my pocket. She sends her regards and a reminder. If you find yourself at a dead end for years, at your disposal. Just one tug, if you please. Of course. In that case, the trial will continue without delay. Prepare the trouble witness to the stand. Says Sloan's strong heart. He's the Reaper of Balin. Where exactly is the trial going to take, I wonder? And how deep am I about to be plunged into the darkness of the abyss? Well, I'm waiting. I'm waiting to head to the heart of this milestone to find whatever horrors tries to drown me under. Okay. Last leg! Part 3, baby. So witness, please say your name and occupation for the code. Eugene Makoba, lecturer in forensic science at Emperor Yumi University in Tokyo, Japan. And Professor Makoba, a young lady besides you is... this is Dr. Maria Goi. Scholar yards practicing condom. Daughter of Dr. Saif, I understand. Yes, Dr. Saif. I'm afraid I can tell you why she's here. She just appeared. She's staring at you, though. You summoned this strange Japanese man as a witness to that autopsy. But you didn't summon Mama. That makes no sense. She was there too. But it's about the size of it. I had her eyes bowing into the side of my cheek constantly when I was in the arc chamber too. Poor man. The idea is making me yeah, shut up. The revelations by Dr. Saifa came to life some days ago. Defied the reputation of the entire judiciary. She was therefore deemed unfit to appear as a witness in today's proceedings. The Ministry of Justice decision on that is final. Well, we won't want any more perjury to be committed, would we? The Ministry of Justice. Some questionable strings are being pulled, I think. You think? I remind you, Dr. Makoto, but I never suddenly expect to be meeting you under these circumstances. Yes, it's been a long while, Lord Strongheart. The prosecution understands that you were visiting a student of forensic science in London until 10 years ago. That's right. I started under Dr. Wilson at St. Silas. So you were present at the autopsy of my brother, Lord Clan Ben Zeeks. I was, yes. I assisted Dr. Wilson with the entire procedure. Mom was far more skilled than any Japanese man. Well, Dr. Wilson asked me to be his primary assistant on vacation. The autopsy report was actually penned by you, I believe. Yes, I know all of the doctor's findings, and when we were done, he read through them, the document, and signed it. Poor Mama. As a secretary assistant, she wouldn't have had such a good view of all the notes. Oh yes, poor home. She didn't get to see the guts. So, Professor, do you remember Inspector Gregerson? Yes, of course. If it wasn't for his assistance, Lomvin Zeke's autopsy would have never have happened. But he absolutely convinced it would reveal decisive evidence against Genshin and Yusuke. So Low Strongheart had to entreat the nobility to allow it to take place. Do correct me if I'm wrong, my lord. It was as a result of our autopsy that mass murder was apprehended and justice was done. But Gregson, again, you have no proof of that. He admitted the results of the autopsy were fabricated. You were there at the time, so you must testify. You have obligation to tell the truth about what really went on. Absolutely. That's precisely why I'm here. And that's why I'm here too. Very well then. You will give your full testimony now, witness. But before you begin, a word of warning. Oh? You will state truthfully and accurately what you saw and heard at the time. I won't dream of doing otherwise, my lord. The moment you testify on verses on supposition, I will expel you from my courtroom. Remember that. For my own observations, I couldn't say there was any indication of autopsy results being fabricated. Death results from a wound made by a Western style, so transcending the heart. But I found it a little strange. There were no signs of a torn injury, nothing questionable at all. It was just a beautiful but dangerous piece of evidence removed from the main stomach. Presumed to have been swallowed by the victim as a way of posthumously identifying his assailant. What did he swallow? No indication. Never considered Jack's application. Professor McTurbo. That's why the cross-examination needs to happen, so. Well, nothing that I can possibly identify as such. Much less swear to in a testimony. Testimony. Ha ha ha! Ah! Well, if I clear thing. No. Defense is the one to cross-examination, Mr. Chuckles the clown over there. But one fabrication here is Asogi has come from you. What? You claim the Inspector confessed just before his death. But that's for fabrication. No, he freely acknowledged it. I swear he did. Really, with the tip of his form, the man was clearly at his wit's end. The court would give no credence to this confession that was an obviously desperation. Quite simply, there's nothing questionable about the investigation of lone claim Ben Zeke's death. And with this testimony we have, that question uncover the whole truth from now. That made my load. There was only something questionable about it, and the whole truth does lure us, I feel. I beg your pardon? Well, you're obviously aware of the facts of the case. All four of the Professor's previous victims died with an enormous beast was set upon them that whipped out their throats. Oh, such hot. Yeah, that'd be fucking scary. But curiously, the last victim, Lomvin Zeke's, suffered a different fate. Yes, you're right. He was stabbed through the heart with a sword. That's enough! I believe I'll warn you about this, witness. I promise to curtail your testimony since I enter the realms of supposition or speculation. Very well then, alone. In that case, the defense will pursue a conclusion to this during the cross-examination. What? I have a right to cross-examine every witness after testimony. And I fully intend to exercise that right. Okay. I'm afraid that even the presiding judge has no authority to. Yeah, that's true. As I'm sure every member of the judiciary, president of the gallery will agree. Gotta love bad law. Very well, you may begin, counsel. However, the moment you argument strays from the established facts, I will not hesitate to bring the cross-examination to an end. Proceed with caution. Yes, my lord. Jeez, I wonder why the judge is getting more and more. Ben, he's just a little upset, you know, he had a bad day, he spilled some coffee on the rug, and he couldn't get out before he went to court, you know, stuck in traffic, you know, all that stuff. Hi, Ben, how are you? Hope you're doing well today. Hold it! You couldn't say? No, sadly not. But you couldn't say there wasn't any indication either, could you? No, true, I couldn't. I was at Dr. Wilson's side to perform the procedure recalling what he did. At the time, of course, he instructed me to fetch some implements and such like. Whilst I was waiting for the operating table, obviously I could have missed something. And at those times, what was the secondary assistant doing? Following this Japanese man's order to adjust the lying or passing implements. But that doesn't mean Mama wasn't a valid part of the team. I mean, I appreciate that she loves her mom so much. I appreciate that. Quite, yes. So we calling him friend for staying at my cheek like that? She wants to bone into your soul. Professor Mikoto, think, was there nothing at all that seemed out of place to you? Well, yes, there was. A matter of fact. Hold it! In all the previous 4 killings attributed to the professor, the victims were killed by an enormous dog, I believe. Their throats were, well, mauled. God, that would be a terrible way to go. Correct, and yet Love and Zeeks were stabbed. Do you mean to say you think Love and Zeeks may not be in fact have been one of Professor's victims? There's no basis on which to doubt the finding of investigations carried out at the time. But Genshin confessed to all the crimes upon his arrest. Oh, because the police never forced anyone to confess ever. He meant to have taken the lives of all 5 members of the aristocracy. Yeah, the beast that was used to carry out the killings was never identified. What if that fucking terrified you? You know, there's like a murderous dog out there. I mean, that's the second murderous dog in Ace Attorney, but still. No evidence was found to suggest that Genshin had ever kept a dog. A true hound of hell. But, you weren't actually present at the autopsy yourself, were you, Dr. Gory? Does that matter? I mean, there's testimony about the autopsy, so I think that has some effect. Well, I wonder how useful your testimony could be in that case, Willie. I mean, it would be different if your mother, Dr. Seif, were in the stand, but I read all the paperwork about the case, and Mama told me the story countless times. The statement I just made is exactly what's written in the autopsy report. I did confirm myself at the time, it's true. Besides the stab wound, but no sign of internal trauma. I see. Mama told me all about it. Oh? She said it was something of no eternally. But we did find an amazing piece of evidence. Something unbelievable. Unbelievable? What do you mean? Come on, Dr. Gold. What was it? Yeah, what did he swallow? Hold it! What exactly was it, though? What was something beautiful but dangerous mean? Well... Oh, so... real quick, speaking of different visual novel series, because Danganronpa you could get basically all games for like $20 on Steam right now. Which is actually an amazing deal. I recommend if you haven't played Danganronpa, buy all of them. But like, someone said this and was like, "Hey, what's your ranking of, the Danganronpa games?" And man, they're all over the place. But it doesn't seem to be a consistent, a consensus really. Besides, well, I mean, I guess over like, what was it? Mostly 2's at top. V3 and Ocean Despair goes at bottom, typically. Man, I'm seeing like awesome pictures too of like the Danganronpa 15th anniversary. There is a Monokuma mascot costume that I fucking want. I want it. I don't know what I would do with it, but I fucking want it. Well, it was sparkling around with a hole, as if it might slip over the fingers. Perhaps. It was a wing, belonging to Genshin Asogi. My father's wing was inside the victim's stomach? At the time, Genshin wore a large wing with the biggest cortex of his left finger, the fourth of a wing finger. It understood it was some sort of keepsake. When my father left for London 16 years ago, I was 8 years old. But I remember that wing. Oh, also too, Ben, for the big con I like to go to. They announced the second Has-Been Hotel universe character to go there. So it really isn't as bad as it was last year, where like every fucking guest was like Has-Been Hotel, like Hello Boss universe. So I'm glad to see diversity in that, because that was ridiculously last year, where it's like, oh my god, 15 announcements in a row was killed like VAs from that universe. Now, but if there's anything wrong for me, VAs for like the duos in that show or universe, but man, it was like just so much at once. But anyways, I remember that wing. You do? My father's possessions were sent to our family home in Japan after his death, but the ring wasn't among them. Obviously not. It's a key piece of evidence. It remains on the locked kingdom, stores at Scarring Yard to this day. After the autopsy, Genshin was summoned by the police to check for the presence of his ring. It was sitting on his hand, of course. Moreover, there were deep abrasions on his finger where it's been pulled off. They will arrested the man there and then, right before my eyes. How could they? I brought the ring along with me today. What? Wait, you swallowed that? God, that could not go down smoothly. Here it is, a bit dusty from using the stoves. Good gracious, yes, that's it. I haven't seen that in 10 long years, and was found, yeah, oh god. I can't imagine swallowing that fucking thing. Yes, I'm afraid so. Yes, David, Professor McToba. Shall we read something into that? Oh, well, I'm just thinking that back now. I didn't actually witness the moment I was distracted from the victim's body. Oh my, really? And at the precise moment, Dr. Wilson asked me to fetch him a new scalpel, you see. Dr. Goy, the removal of historic evidence from the stones require my consent, does it not? I like how you just pull over the plague max, like I know what I did. However, it came to be the coconut knife of his crucial evidence for today's proceedings. Very well, you may submit. Like, how can you, like, swallow this? These are fat claws, dude. Like, yeah, like, you, I can't imagine someone swallowing this shit. There's no way you can swallow this. Like, without doing damage. Bet. This is examined very closely. I mean, we just bleed, and I don't see anywhere else to examine. I mean, I see what's more, but...
Objection!
Yeah, like, no way! God's hope the wing was distracted with a victim's stomach. But you did actually see it being removed, did you, Professor McCodub up? That's what, as I said in my testimony before, at the moment a surgical replacement scalpel by Dr. Wilson has requested. In other words, you can neither confirm or deny whether the wing in fact really came from the victim's stomach or not. Or you suggest it counts them. The wing was never in the victim's stomach to begin with. It was entirely feasible for Dr. Wilson to fabricate that detail about the autopsy. What are you saying? That Dr. Wilson was in possession of the wing in advance. After it was somehow stolen from Mr. Osogi. And he produced it during the procedure pretending to find a veil in the victim's stomach.
Objection!
Supposition at best. For possible evidence, you have to suppose such a rash claim. But the evidence, right here. That's the autopsy report. But it's explicit by report counts. Some other marine nothing unusual was known internally. So I'm not sure how you tend to prove your point. But that's my point. You only done it for me, my lord. The lack of internal injury, you see. What? It's better to say there's no way that went down without damaging something. The swallowing of this side will require considerable effort and determination. I mean, if you pop up an adrenaline, I have no doubt you could maybe get away with swallowing that shit. I don't see how they can make it through the throat, though. I think you would choke on it. I mean, like, if you're dying anyways, might as well choke on the wing, but, like, I don't see how that won't do damage to you. But it is true aside that sharp claws around the gemstones to contend with. My brother was a determined man on the brink of death, even more so, I'm sure. But he just didn't take damage. He would have stubborn never to ensure that evil killer was brought to justice. But if he really had swallowed that moment's wing, it's inconceivable that there was no chance of his passage down his throat will remain as eternal trauma. No! And there you wipe up the sticking point. That's precisely why I had my doubts about finding myself 10 years ago. But why didn't you say so the other time? I did. I still remember the conversation I had with Dr. Wilson in the laboratory that day. Look at this! Now this is a very curious thing to find in a man's stomach, wouldn't you say? But is that why particular, Dr. Wilson? What is that now, McTurbup? Well, if he saw a wing of that size with those sharp metal claws that it has, surely you would expect to see damage to the front and esophagus, mucous membranes at the very least. Dr. Mikotova, may I remind you that I have vast more experience. Oh, the experience card. I'm terribly sorry. I can figure plenty of ways to explain why no entries would be seen. No, let's say this. The victim appeared to have ingest the item as evidence to identify its assailant. Go on, write it down. So it's right. Dr. Wilson deliberately fabricated the result of autopsy report to implicate my father. I'm disappointed, Counsel. The argument is nothing more than speculation. What? Dr. Wilson was Britain's leading authority on forensic science and autopsy work. There's no scientific basis which to doubt the man's expert opinion. Okay. Pardon my intrusion, my lord, but damage to Amura's membranes of a foot is easily identified, even in living subjects. Using device called an endoscope recently demonstrated practical use in France. I want one. The government can pay. I like her attitude. I want something. The government can pay for it. I don't think so. And Dr. Goey, was it show by removal of evidence from the stores without permission would not go unpunished. We'll open up the dead to find the truth. I beg your pardon? But Mama, she chose to stitch up her corpses with all her secrets inside. That's wrong. I like how she can admit her mom did a terrible thing, or has done terrible things, but still clearly loves them. Dr. Goey, it's looking as though she chose to walk a different path to her mama. Yes, for Wing. What about Wing? I just remembered something. An earlier incident. What incident? The one that I recounted to you before, about a memory I have. Of Genshin and Sogi saving my life. What? My father saved your life? Okay, I'm gonna save here, and then we gotta move on to Master Duel. Remember prison. This game is scary. It's very scary. I want to say the gameplay is fun with the camera. I don't know if I just suck at the game, but I feel like enemies take forever to kill. Again, I don't know if that's a me thing or that's just a get good sucker kind of thing. But I definitely feel like I'm spending so much time trying to kill enemies. Okay, free pack. Oh shit, we didn't get shit. Boo. Oh no, we got something. It's just in the long slot too. Why could that be an ultra well over here? Like why? I did pick the deck alphabets, but I didn't really play. The Bellstorm. I'm going first, baby. sucks. Okay. Let me link. You have something. Go, Wesnam. I feel like the Red Dragon Archfiend deck is probably going to be the most popular. No, I'm gonna wait a bit more before. Trying to spiel. You're forcing my hand. But see, you have another chain. Gotta give a jet out. He zooms. And here comes Wedge Dragonarch. Oh, I should summon you in attack mode. Oh, that's not one split. Lame. Lame, that's not one Splatoon. No, you're going into pain one. Yep, Abyss. Okay. The power of Norway. Yep. Well, I have a strategy. I'm not saying it's gonna be a good strategy, because it depends on my opponent, but I have a strategy. Does that be a monster? No, it does have to be a monster. He comes zooming back. I don't like this. Wait, you went straight up Wet Nova. Interesting. Well, I'll lose. It's like, well, am I gonna win? I mean, they can stop at any time if I want now. But they choose not to. You know, it'd be funny if we went out of time. I mean, I doubt it, but it'd be funny. I mean, because like, at this point, they're just. I mean, but at this point, they're just playing with themselves. For one. There we go. Oh, now you're just being assaulting. Really? Okay, so you just take as much time as you humanly can. There you go, like. Well, we normal summon 3 times. So let's try that again. Hopefully that goes smoother for us. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't have. Why am I getting at? They always have Impome. 2 games in a row, baby. 2 games Impome my chamber. Yeah, especially I have to have, Blue Eyes in the Grave. I'll work on that. Oh, on the field. That's fine. That's also fine. We're thinking. Activate Chamber's effect. She's tying. I'm assuming you're going for the blue eyes. I'm gonna go that one. Get out of the house! Poor chamber. Interesting. I mean, not interesting. I mean, it makes sense. I feel like we're about to go into Soko here. Okay, start off with Are you gonna negate? But thinking, cause they know I can pop. Okay, good. I can't activate. Nah. Don't want to bandage. I do like that he can balance anything. That is super helpful on Jet's pod though. To be completely honest, that's like so good. I love Jet. Jet's like, it's annoying if you had to deal with it, but like I'm using it, so it's fine. It's just fun when I have it. When anyone else has it, it's not fun. But no, this could be an issue here in a second. Maybe? I don't know. Huh. Oh, you probably have another fusion in hand. Oh, you about to yeah. That. Yeah, I could return for future to hand out good graces. Oh, that still returns to hand? Interesting. Oh, I'm gonna do him a favor because that's, yeah, at that point. Even though the target is always gone. That's interesting. The more you learn. Is this just me struggling through a tryout Duel event again? I take it. I ain't arguing. Okay, 2 more wins, baby. Okay. Not as helpful as I was hoping. What? Okay. Am I getting set? No, I'm not getting set. Ash Blossom. I mean, go on. Oh, but flip summon doesn't count. Interesting. I am gonna add Trap Boom. I can't do anything about it. I'm trying to back my Ash Blossom. Cool. No, go ahead. That might be a mistake, but go ahead. Interesting. Well, first off, gonna draw two. I have a match. Trying. Okay. Turn in. I don't know why I'm coughing all this that. And perfect. Now this. I'm stopping. Because I feel like this is gonna be a low summon match. Oh, you already had it in hand. Yeah, I do not think I'm gonna get out of this. I'm in top deck mode. But, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get out of this. Oh boy. I'm gonna ash this. Really interesting. Oh, bad, but worst one. Now I feel like I have to win, even though I'm not going to. Kitchen shenanigans. Yeah, just call bad laundry. Yeah, I just lose. I know I just lose this turn. Oh, I must have. Oh, you could have done so much more, but well. Yeah, that's GG. Go ahead. What's the point of such a house? You know what? They won. I'm not gonna. They won. They won. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if I can just get good. Oh yeah, I forgot. It doesn't have a Blue Eyes link in here. Oops. Oh well. Never had any plays, Willie. I mean, you know that's in my hands, so get with a card you know. I mean, I'd rather be vigilant than like one. Well, that's not good. You know what? I'm gonna do myself a favor. Come back strong next game. You gonna action? And poem. And then I guess I just end. Oh, I don't like the free face down cards. That's why. I get you out. Summon you. What this strip twink? But I think I put Blue Eyes Jack Dragon. I was not expecting twink. No one, yeah, no one does. That's very true. Oh, you judging. Well, I guess I'm just attacking. Nah. You gotta chill for a turn to hand. I gotta be in a bad position. Oh well. What happens now happens. Get what's now back. Abyss. GG. Man, wouldn't that be great like a ton ago? You know what? I am gonna go soak of this because, well, I'm trying to live. So if you hear dogs barking, but since everything's destroyed, Mr. Jet comes back. But it doesn't seem to matter. The man find his groove. Yeah, definitely lost this. Didn't you already activate this time? Yeah, you did. Okay, not crazy. Well, I mean, I am crazy, but not about that. Yeah, them judging my Legion way sucked. Haha! You 200 points off! Yes, that is not helpful at this point. Oh well. Well, we tried. We failed, but we tried. So I'd like to thank you all for coming out. It's been fun. It's been a blast. It's been a real fun blast. Tomorrow we'll be starting Jujutsu Kaisen. What is it called? Let's see. First fail frame. Coast Crash. And then Mo Ace Attorney as we're winding down on the Ace Attorney.